Carr.
And so it begins. The White House website contact form, as of this afternoon, now asks you what your pronouns are. Thank God Orange Man Bad is gone. Okay. Joanna Chipi is a woman from southern Maine, and she has a yoga studio in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's called the Zen Den Spa. And 2 weeks ago, Joanna decided to go down to Washington to attend the rally to protest the election returns. And when she got back, everything caved in around her. And she's joining us tonight to tell us what happened to her and her business when she got back from the rally. Joanna Chipi, thanks for being with us here on the Howie Carr Show.
Howie Carr, I'm honored to be here tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. So you went to the rally and you came back. You weren't arrested. You didn't break in. You didn't get tear gassed. You were like 99.9% of the people who were there. It was just a peaceful conservative Woodstock type event for you. So you come back to
Absolutely.
New England, and what happens?
All right. So I get back to New England. I came back so exhausted, as equally as high, if you will, off just the abundant American spirit, right?
Yeah.
So I get home and on Zen Den Yoga on my business, I post an Insta story, which lasts for 24 hours, of a picture of me doing a handstand with the Washington Monument in the back. And I'm thinking, this is a cool picture. My handstand, the
right.
straight line of the monument. It's a really cool picture. And then on my personal page, I posted me on the Capitol lawn, just giving a peace sign. No words, no nothing. I wake up Friday morning, January 8th, and I am floored. There is those pictures with a red arrow to my face saying, Portsmouth, beware. This is your Nazi, terrorist, insurrectionist, white supremacist. Boycott her business now. We need to put her to bed. She has no place in our community or any community. They go on to say, here's the number in the email to the DOJ, and here's the number in the email to the FBI. Let's report her. Unbelievable.
Report her for what?
Exactly. Everybody's claiming that I was an insurrectionist because that's what the MSM was claiming. But I got to tell you, Howie, never was a part, nor did I witness any violence. It was, like you said, a love fest, a red, white, and blue America fest. And part of the reason why people were chiming in about the DOJ is because, God forbid I go back to work the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because in New Hampshire, they have a quarantine, correct?
Yes, they have a draconian executive order.
Chris Sununu is not as crazy as the neighboring governors, but that's pretty crazy what he did with that order. And of course, I've been mentioning this all day. Now that it's over, and they've proved their point of trying to shut down free speech. The Washington Post reports today, self-styled militia members plan to storm Capitol days before attack, court documents say. So the president didn't incite an insurrection. First of all, there was no insurrection. There was just a handful of people that got through. But, 99.9% were just exercising their freedom of speech. Yet they call the riots in all these cities, including Boston, where there was looting and arson and police officers were shot at, if not killed. They call those peaceful protests, but they want to put you out of business. So what did the state do? What did the state do to you, Joanna?
The hypocrisy is insane. So on Monday, the 11th, that is when I get the email from the DOJ saying, hey, give us a call. We've gotten some complaints. Now, seeing and judging due to the severity of the doxing and defamation, I really wasn't surprised in a sense. And I just have to say, although there is a mandate, around this whole country, especially in New Hampshire here, Just because I choose not to wear a mask due to medical exemptions does not mean I don't think COVID is real. I have empathy and compassion for the lives that have been lost, of course. But just because I choose not to wear a mask does not mean, again, I don't think it's real, but I just choose to prioritize my life, my liberty, and my freedom over fear. That's it. So Monday, I get that email. I get a cough, comes right into Zenden. Tuesday, I get a cough, comes right into Zenden. Now they're doing compliance checks. Wednesday morning, I get a cough. This time he has a 7-page printout of the executive order. Wednesday night, I get another cough. This time with a 3-page printout of a warning claiming that I will be arrested due to misdemeanor criminal charges and further charged $2,000 a day if I continue because I went against the executive order of not quarantining for 2 weeks. Why should I have to sacrifice 2 weeks of my business just to go to peacefully protest?
Well, you wouldn't have if you'd gone to a BLM or Antifa riot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, the hypocrisy is ridiculous. You know, there was a great article in the Portsmouth Herald here on the Seacoast today. It wasn't an article, but somebody had written a letter in to the editor, and I'd like to read it real quick. It's like 2 paragraphs.
Sure.
So okay, so that's the thing. So the Portsmouth Herald, the local Herald, I was front page this past Saturday morning.
What was the headline?
Front page.
What was the headline? Nazi insurrectionist, white supremacist, something like that?
The headline was something along the lines of Zenden owner issued warning after going to Trump rally. And again, I wasn't required to shut down. I didn't get a fine. How many businesses, Howie, in just New Hampshire alone, get warnings? I can't be the only one. And this is front page? You've got to be kidding me. All right. So today, there is an open letter. It says, Zenden yoga owner harassed for supporting President Trump. And this is a letter to the editor. It says, as I read about the New Hampshire Attorney General receiving 13 complaints about Zenden yoga, I was astonished. The complaints are clearly intended to punish a person who may support President Trump. Implying it is about public safety does not pass the straight face test, not even close. Those of you who complained, look at yourselves in the mirror, be honest, and ask if you are really concerned about safety or just angry that someone may support Donald Trump. I'm asking, will the New Hampshire Attorney General's office track and serve all persons who travel to Washington for President-elect Biden's inauguration with quarantine notices? Will the Portsmouth Police Department enforce the quarantine of Biden supporters with the same zeal and vigor they did to me? None of this has anything to do with public safety. It's just simple hate-filled political retribution.
Do you know any of the 13 people? Did they identify them to you, or did they identify themselves?
They did not identify them to me. And, you know, what I find very fascinating is a lot of the people who are very opinionated behind their screens I've never met in my life before. But they seem to know a lot about me.
From social media. This is the same thing that happened to Nate Nickerson down on the Cape. This is happening to people all over. People who went down to the rally, behaved themselves, did nothing wrong, took a day off from work, small business owners or skilled workers, and they're being doxxed and destroyed. This is ridiculous. Do you think any of the 13 people could have done what you did in front of the Washington Monument, Joanna Chipi?
Probably not. I mean, I got to tell you, I've met people from, San Diego who are going through the same thing. I've met somebody in Orlando, Florida who's going through the same thing. And it's like, all right, I got to tell you, because Jude, who put me kind of in touch with you, Jude wants me to tell you, I'm not guilty. All right.
I saw your picture, Joanna. I know you're not guilty. I would suggest anyone who wants to just Google Joanna Chipi, CHIPI, and you can see how not guilty she is at the Zenden Spa. How can people support you, Joanna? What can they do?
So I've met a group of really amazing people this past week who, again, are just seeing that this is frankly unacceptable and disgusting that this is happening in the United States. So there is a website, chipinforfreedom.org. and you can read about my story there. You can even see the two famous pictures of me, Howie, as I look at these pictures, and I know I sent them to you. I'm looking at them and I'm saying, you know what? If this is what violence looks like, I must be in a different dimension. I mean, that mainstream media has got people thinking 2 + 2 is 5. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, the manipulation and the corruption that's going on.
Do you think there's some jealousy here too, on top of the political dementia that's going on with the hatred of Donald Trump? That there's some jealousy of you. I mean, being a young, good-looking woman who's athletic, and the people. I'm guessing the people who ratted you out are not any of what I just listed off as characteristics.
I mean, maybe, and that's what a lot of people keep telling me. I mean, I got to tell you, the Seacoast community, there are yoga studios publicly just posting my face. Stay away from this woman in her studio. She's an insurrectionist. How can these people make such federal false claims and get away with it? Where is the line between free speech and defamation? And that is why I need legal help. So anybody out there, please reach out. I've talked to 3 lawyers that basically say this is a very steep, long road. I'm 31 years old. I expanded to my second location 7 months before COVID hit, and I was forced to shut down for 3 months. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
So what's
Still paying rent for those 3 months?
What's your web address again, Joanna? So we'll tweet it out too, actually. But give us your web address one more time so people can get in touch with you.
Thank you. It's Chip, CHIP, in for freedom, and it's FOR, and that's .org.
chipinforfreedom.org. Joanna, are you open again?
I am open, yes.
But not you. Yeah, that's right. You've completed your fortnight in the gulag.
Exactly. So yesterday was my first day back to the studio. I needed last weekend, with people saying, put her to bed. What does that mean? Is that a threat? I mean, for God's sakes, my boyfriend's CEO reached out to him. They've gone after his businesses. They've attacked my grandmother's business in York Beach, Maine. I mean, just taking over her Google reviews. These people will do anything and everything to straight up cancel me. And cancel culture is killing forgiveness and redemption. And isn't this America? It's ridiculous.
Let us know. We'll talk to you again, Joanna. And good luck. And thanks for standing up to try to preserve your freedoms and all of our freedoms. And we have it's 207 says definitely not guilty. There. All right. Check her out online. Thank you, Joanna Chipi at Zenden Spa in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and her website, chipinforfreedom.org. Every year, all you hear is new year, new me. That usually means you'll be picking up better habits or trying to new things. The new habit I'm trying to pick up is exercising every day. I go out on the bike every morning and do about 4 or 5 miles right at dawn, and it's great. I like doing it. It's flat down here, but sometimes it gets a little boring. And it's great to have those Raycon earbuds in my ear so I can listen to my music. I'm not bothering anybody else, and they're great. No matter what kind of close quarters you're in, you can do whatever you want, listen to whatever you want, podcasts, whether it's following along to directions in the kitchen, binging an audiobook while learning to knit, or powering through a new workout with a pumped-up playlist in your ear. A pair of Raycon wireless earbuds can make any activity easier and a better time. I recommend them wholeheartedly. Raycon makes great sound accessible to everyone. Their wireless earbuds start at half the price of other premium audio brands. And guess what? If you think having white stems dangling out of your ears looks ridiculous, that's something you don't have to worry about with Raycons. They come in a range of stylish colorways, but always with a comfortable in-ear fit for a more discreet look. And they don't just look great. Raycons perform wherever you take them with up to 6 hours of playtime, water and sweat-resistant construction, and Bluetooth that pairs quickly and seamlessly. The Raycons make any activity more pleasurable. And if you've heard me say all this before, and if you still don't have a pair, I've really got to wonder why. Right, Taylor?
Incidentally, my birthday came in Howie, I don't have any Raycon earbuds yet.
You don't?
I've never even.
Grace
tried.
and I have them.
They look great.
The
That's
mailroom
about all I
manager
can
has
honestly
them.
say about them, but I've never so much as even tried them.
Oh, well, I think we can arrange that.
Oh, great!
And you can listen to Frank Sinatra 24/7 on your Raycon wireless
We'll have
earbuds.
the Cycles album going on for a little while.
So I'm down and so I'm out. I think I'll listen to that tomorrow on my ride. Raycon's offering 15% off all their products for my listeners, and here's what you've got to do to get it. Go to buyraycon.com/Howie. That's it. You'll get 15% off your entire Raycon order. So feel free to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Howie. Buyraycon.com/Howie. I'm Howie Carr.